We'll look at some of the issues that have been coming forth in the last couple of days. I'm joined now by a former special advisor on youth and political matters to the state government, Comrade Shadrach Udugbai. Shadrach, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Sonny Duke, and my good people at home. It's a pleasure being here.
We also have with us here a former APC candidate in the State House of Assembly. He is also an APC chairmanship aspirant. I'd like to thank very especially Honorable Cornelius Amigberata. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you so much, Duke, for having me. Good morning, my Edo people.
Okay, so let's get right into the conversation this beautiful morning. Well, basically, I know that our expectations are high on the proceedings and then the outcomes of the tribunal. But let's just get your feelings and disposition.
For me, for the proceedings, the court case has started. For many of us who are lovers of democracy and desirous of a good governance for Edo State, for us it's a process of recovery. And we also know that the interpretation of the law is a serious business. But in recent time, we also known that for the last 2 years or thereabouts, the Nigerian judiciary system has also come under serious attacks, especially the confidence and reputation by Nigerian people has really dropped drastically because they had so many negative criticism, they've had some negative commentaries, and that has casted it on bad light because there have been numerous allegations to say that, in time past, politicians have been securing judgments, court injunctions from the different courts, and to a large extent, that amounts to like sales. There have been direct abuse to say there has been biased interpretation of the law, whereby the judiciary system will focus on technicality rather than legality of the suits. And just recently, about a couple of months ago, a Nigerian lawyer released a book that he titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. That's to say, in all, the Nigerian judicial system has been placed in bad light. It has never been this low in terms of reputation and integrity since Nigeria got independence in 1960. And just after that, now we have this case coming forward. The case between the People's Democratic Party, Aswe Godalo, and Mondo Pebolo of the APC. And Nigerian people and international community are of the opinion that this is an ample opportunity for the Nigerian judiciary to reposition itself, to see that there is an opportunity to at least to show that they are committed to good governance of Nigerian nation state. And beyond that, they've learned some lessons from the disgrace and the disaster that has engulfed it in recent times. So for us, we are believing that this will be an ample opportunity because there's local and international interest. There's preponderance of evidence on the part of the complainant to prove or justify his case. And we hope there are no distance there will get a judgment that is a true reflection of justice. Okay. So Nigerian people are hoping. Okay.
Cornelius, talk to us. So what are your feelings? What are your expectations on this sitting by the tribunal?
Now, this is the beauty of democracy. Yet again, I don't like to condemn people for just no reasons. The judiciary has certainly been doing their best. You know, Nigerians, we are bad losers. When it goes in our way, we say, oh, judiciary is the last hope of a common man, we clap for them. But when it doesn't go our way, instead of conceding, we start blackmailing them to say, oh, they've lost, they are this, they are that. For me, it is better we do things right from the beginning. I contested the election. When you are contesting, you have, it is two. One must lose, one must win. When I lose election in 2019, I called my opponent and congratulated him. I didn't shift my blame to the judiciary and start saying, the judiciary, they are bad. For me, I don't subscribe to calling judiciary names. What is just going on now is another test of democracy. Edo people have spoken. And we believe by the grace of Almighty God, the will of Edo people will be sustained by the court.
Now, do you think that this case is a test case for the judiciary against the background of some of the misgivings towards the judiciary, encapsulated primarily in the book written by Farotimi, which, of course, has brought a lot of issues to the fore in recent times?
Yes, that book was biased from day one because the guy who wrote that book, he was a supporter of a certain person. And if what he wanted the judiciary to do was done, he wouldn't be saying what he was saying. That's what I meant by Nigerians were bad losers. When it doesn't go our way, we call the other person names. But when it goes our way, if that judgment was given to his preferred candidate, he would have been clapping for judiciary.
So you say he wouldn't have written that book?
He wouldn't have written that book. He wouldn't have. By then, he would have been enjoying money in Aso Rock. He would forget the book. But because it didn't go his way, was raising, he's trying to brandish judiciary as bad people and what have you. Is he not a lawyer? So he has time over the time to prepare for election. See, we must need to prepare for election. We must need to do things right. When you lose, doesn't mean somebody must win. Must it be you? That is not how democracy is formed. Look at America. Once you lose, the other person congratulates. That's how it ought to be. So there's no point blackmailing judiciary to call their names. No, it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Do your background work, win your election, and you enjoy.
All right, Shadrach, I asked a question about this. The proceedings now.
Yes, I could go serially.
Yeah.
It was on Monday the proceedings started officially on
Yes.
the 13th of January, Monday 13th of January.
Yeah.
And what we observed is that when we got to court, the People's Democratic Party, the APC quickly filed in for adjournment. The APC and INEC, nothing happened that day. They just quickly said, "Oh, we need time to go and prepare," not knowing that they had come to spy the list of all our people that are coming to speak. What's it called?
Witnesses.
Our witnesses. They've gotten a clue of who our star witnesses is. The court was now adjourned to Wednesday the 15th. What happened on the 14th? They now brought EFCC and some other scrupulous element to start hounding our witnesses from hotel to hotel on baseless allegations. Wanting to now hold our witness, instead they decided we will not have the courage to go to court and speak truth to the issues.
Okay,
that was brushed. We had issues. That was brushed. On the 15th, we resumed.
I'll come back to you so that you start from on the 15th. I want to quickly go live with Deborah Ogbefun, who is been covering the Edo State Governorship Election Tribunal sitting from the Tribunal Secretariat on Sapele Road. Deborah, good morning. Thank you. Okay, so we need to quickly set up with you properly, and then we can link up with you and have a very meaningful conversation. But we'll come back to you in a moment. So, yes, 15th, yeah.
On the 15th, what happened is that the All Progressive Congress, in their desperation, haven't seen that the witnesses will appear. They now organized some talks. They gave them APC, PDP cap, and PDP shirts. Carried them in government vehicles, brought them to the vicinity, and those ones had pop rifles and they were shooting recklessly. Give us our mandate, give us our mandate. And I begin to wonder, as I speak to you this morning, as at 8 o'clock, 7:30 a.m. this morning, that area of the High Court has been controlled by police. Security men, you can't even pass, everybody's taking one way. There was police around the whole premises, and yet they are making us believe that PDP members who want to constitute violence will wear PDP paraphernalias, come to public domain, be carried by healers in government vehicle, and be shooting sporadically. A man who went to court to seek justice will now go behind the scene to go and constitute nuisance against the proceedings of court. And I begin to wonder what level of charlatans. They've reduced this thing to pedestrianism. That one happened on the 15th. But what was happening in the court, that incident did not interrupt what was happening in the court. The court had a good deliberation, and PDP brought their evidence, a large number of certified true copies of documents, and also documents showing what occurred during the beavers. They brought those documents in court, and for the court to administer, the APC and PDP said no, that they have to go back and check those documents. The court now adjourned to on Friday, that was yesterday. They now get 1 day between so that they'll go and verify what was the validity of those documents. On the 16th, they now said court was adjourned. On the 15th, court was now adjourned to 17th. So on the 16th, members of the People's Democratic Party and those of the APC and those from INEC, they all went together to go and verify the documents. And while verification of that document was going on, they led talks to the PDP Secretariat because they have seen that, oh man, this man appears to be armed to the teeth. What our case in court is very simple. INEC, look at the result that was called, the court, please, look at the result that was called by INEC. Look at the certified, look at what happened in the beavers. Okay. Wherever PDP got overvoting, cancel it. Wherever APC got overvoting, cancel it. Count the result again and declare a winner. And that is as crystal clear. There's no technicality, okay. There's no ambiguity. Okay. And after that, they left that issue. After that, okay, we saw that was happened. Then on 17th, we got to court, and the court unanimously adopted all of the documents that were presented. And they also resisted for whatever reason they didn't make known, and they were properly rushed, and we proceeded. And just after that, the documents were presented. He said, okay, this document will not be used. What was happening outside the court is that people who followed us will go down to court. The thugs and agberos who came with the All Progressive Congress, people who are neither witness, who are neither parties to the case, they began to beat people outside, injure them, chase them away, as though they are not the voice of the court to tell who is to come to court promise or not. So what do they expect? A man whose mandate was stolen brazenly in daylight, the man should come to court unarmed, so that people can have an easy target on him, so and the case will die naturally.
He came armed because you said...
No, you know, these thugs were not armed. This people, he came with security. Okay. To let the man has the onus on himself to protect himself, because we've seen in recent times that the Nigerian police, especially here in the state, has been reduced to nothing. They are now men advice. It's Agbero that now tells police what to do and how to do their job. There's gross lawlessness.
Okay,
so
let me pause you there.
It has been one battle to the other, one level of talking, every attempt and attack to disrupt the court proceedings.
I'd like to get your reactions on some of the development we've seen in the court. I mean, the videos are everywhere. The first day of the sitting, we saw guys with pump action gun outside the premises of the court, shouting, "Give us our mandate," and then, of course, shooting sporadically into the air. The PDP is saying that these are your members. These are members of the APC. These are thugs loyal to the APC. And then yesterday, we saw people being prevented from entering into the courtroom. I'd like to get your reactions on this.
Okay, first and foremost, it baffles me when I hear people say somebody who is demanding, "Give us our mandate," is APC. APC, we have our mandate. We don't need to demand for our mandate. So it shows that whoever is saying that at the court premises is obviously PDP. Because we don't have anything to demand. We already have the mandate. Edo people gave us the mandate. So PDP themselves, by the time they realize they've made mistake, they want to quickly blame APC for their mistakes. That's not true. There's no way a man who wore PDP cap, wore PDP shirt, shouting, "Give me my mandate," you say is APC. How?
Okay, let me just put it. No, just I'll come back to you. So that's number one. I'll come to you for number two. We're back to the studio where Shadrach is also here, and of course, Cornelius is here. Now, you were talking about, you were reacting to some of the points he made. Exactly. You started with number, you already gave us number one.
Yes.
So we'll move to number two.
Now, okay. A big back to the number one. You hear what your reporter said.
Yes.
Now that the trouble people did not come to the court today.
Yes.
It's relatively peaceful.
Okay.
Now, we've been having court cases in Edo. People have lost election previously. When my leader, Pastor Sajid Emu, lost election, we're following him to tribunal. We never brought thugs. We never brought bodyguard from Lagos to court. What to transpire yesterday, it's shocking that PDP will be blaming everything on APC. If the man did not bring foreign body, you say that you don't trust police anymore, you don't trust DSL, you have to go and hire thugs, give them vest to wear, you call them private security to the court. To do what? So they always create the problem. By the time it's in a boomerang against them, they will say, "Oh, it's APC." APC didn't take any foreign body to this to court. They brought in unknown faces. And of course, our people, even when they got there, a whole party chairman, Janet Terebe, was being denied by this foreigner they brought from Lagos to come and protect him in the court. Where you have Nigeria police, where you have the SSS and other military people in Edo, you are bringing a foreign body to say you want to be a protection. They are not preventing our chairman from entering the court. And of course, our people said, "No, this can't happen in our state. We have police." So that was what resulted to what happened yesterday. It was not APC boys or member who fermented the trouble. They started the trouble by bringing foreign body to prevent our people from going to court. Now that they are not there, everywhere is peaceful today. So they should blame themselves. Stop blaming APC for everything. They always created the problem. Not we are peaceful. Look at the studio here. You see my colleague here, when he's talking, hey, he want to bring down the roof. Yeah, because we don't have anything to lose. We are peaceful.
Have nothing to lose.
Yes, we are. Don't people give us victory.
Oh, that's why
we are peaceful. Okay. So they should stop fermenting trouble and let there be peace in Edo.
All right, let me. You want to say something?
Yes, you know the challenge that Edo people, I believe that they are intellectuals. They understand what the issues are. I will not want to begin to join issues with this my APC map. People support what benefits them in Nigeria, as I've come to observe. They don't support the truth. And as they are speaking to say, "Oh, it is the PDP person who brought us," there are video clips, there are evidence to these things. It's not like we are assuming. We saw where the APC leader of the youth and a few other elements within government were instructing people to be beaten. And they claim that they brought people to oppress them. Let them show us video clips of where those men on black, those private security men, were actually assaulting APC members. There's no clip like that to show. So they just sit down, they take long to themselves. Who are these people? They are neither witnesses. Who are there to now determine who is to be in court or not? It was not the police, not the DSS, not any designated security officer that said they should leave. It was just this APC touts and talks who said no. See, by the time Master Godalo comes back to government, all of these things will be reduced, because the first thing we'll do is to send all the lions and tigers back to the zoo. Every unscrupulous element, every progressive element will be chased far from it so that we can have relative peace. Because these people have no place in democracy. Whether you like it or not. See, people can do as they like. Every man wants to be free and act according to their power. But it is not everybody. Everybody in a society, in a functional society, cannot do what they like at every point in time. Your actions and views must be balanced by those of other members of the society. And because there's a need for this balance and regulation of relationship, that is the primary reason why government exists. Government exists so that all parties in the state can live under equity. That's when we talk about government. We talk about social justice. You talk about equity. You talk about fairness. You talk about equal access to power and empowerment. That is what government is. What we have in Edo State today, what Model Pueblo is presiding in Edo State government is not government. It's a gang. Because when you talk today, as I speak to you, because it is only members of a gang that their rights, powers, and privileges is exonerated far above those of the other society. That is why APC members in government today, they can act to some level of impunity, rascality, and orgasm. They can beat anybody, maim anybody, and nothing will happen. The police is now under their wings and capacities. They can act as a police. If Edo State government is not a gang, why will a government give security aids and apparatus to support mere street people from the streets, to go into a local government chambers and impersonate duly elected councillors, and in 2 minutes they will sack. In 2 minutes they will sack a duly elected chairman and vice chairman, and Mondo Pueblo will receive them in government house, take picture with them, and give them confidence. Oh, I accept you, I will work with you, and I give you a charity. Look at the process that brought those men in. If Edo State government is not presiding over a gang, why will Edo State government give security cover, carry government house press, give to one of their leaders and masters to go and sack the occupant?
Members?
We go and sack. We will have your turn. We give security cover to thugs to go to a previously occupied building where APC was rented 4 years ago. No. They go there, they beat everybody.
Right. We'll get to that point. Then.
So for me, you see, all this sheer rascality, because Mondo Pueblo does not understand what governance, the primary purpose of governance. Okay. He believes there is an ample opportunity to give power to APC talks. Let them have a free day. Okay. Let them have let them have unfettered access to power and resources, and let them begin
let me get to final reaction before we take a break on some of the issues that he raised.
It baffles me once again. When these people talk today as if there was no yesterday. Me and you were in this Edo when people that were elected, 14 members, were beaten to stupor by Obaseki.
Beating?
And they were, of course, yes, at Atete, Goody to Tulip. And they were denying the opportunity to be sworn in for 8 years. 4 years. Pardon me. 4 years, they didn't allow this guy to enter legislative house. Today, you are talking about beating. Who have we beaten? Nobody. The guys you are talking about, the what do they call them? The selected chairman of Obaseki, how do they got there? Who elected them in the primary? So
the way Pueblo was elected,
as if nobody elected them.
Pueblo was elected too.
Pueblo.
Just the way Pueblo was elected, that's how the local was elected.
The primary that brought them, was there the party structure, the PDP structure that brought them?
Were you PDP to know?
Of course, yes.
You are PDP to know.
We have friends there who briefed us.
You listen to your friends.
We were there when the other faction of PDP took them to court. We were here when they were beating a whole constituency elected member, and they were denied not to. We were here when they forced somebody to chamber to somebody who won Nika for swearing in. Me and you were in this state. Was it Senator Okpebolo? As we speak, mention one elected member that APC have touched. What they did yesterday was to drove away those Lagos imported boys out of that court. They were not Edo people, but people who did it were Edo people. Those guys that we drove away yesterday, they were not Edo people. They didn't vote for us, but all the people you saw.
I'm wondering, because you said those guys we drove away. Were you guys supposed to drive them?
Oh, they were driving
away. Yes, I was borrowing his words.
Okay.
When they came, 40 people, because they didn't know, if they were Edo, they would have known that Janet Tenebe is a PDP,
There's no APC, case of that one. Why is he bringing Janet Tenebe to this matter?
When you were talking, I didn't talk, please. Now, because they were foreigners, is the reason they didn't recognize, they didn't identify, they didn't know who is this and who is that. They were depriving our chairman. Then, of course, our people who were in the court premises reacted spontaneously to say, no, you can't do this to our chairman. Okay. Anybody would do it. Tell me what trouble APC have fermented in this state. No one. PDP are the one always create the problem. By the time APC react, they will not say, oh, it's APC.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen.